The Stowers Doctrine in Texas is very important. It's called Stowers because that's what the company involved in this case back in the 1920s was called the Stowers Furniture Company. But the name of it doesn't really matter. What matters is whether or not you know how to do the steps and get all that right. Because what the Stowers Doctrine does is it gives leverage to claims in the personal injury world that involve insurance companies. And so how it works is when we represent somebody who's been involved in a car accident, we send, in most cases, we send a Stowers demand at some point during either the pre-litigation claims process or even in litigation. And what that demand says is we will settle this case right now in exchange for the insurance company paying some number that is within the policy limits of that coverage, either at the policy limit. Let's say the policy limit is $100,000, so we will settle this case for $100,000 or some number less than that, as long as it's within the policy limits. And if they say no, what happens then is if we go to trial and we get a verdict in excess of that amount, whatever that amount was, and then we can convince a jury that a reasonable insurance company would have taken that deal every day of the week and twice on Sunday, then it's the insurance company who will have to pay the excess over the $100,000. So let's just say there is a verdict for $300,000. Instead of us having to collect that money from the defendant, we could then get the defendant to assign us the cause of action against their own insurance company for failing to protect them from an excess verdict when they could have settled the case for $100,000. And so we can go collect that from the insurance company directly. So it's a very important rule. It's very important to do the steps right. It's got to be unequivocal. It's got to be in writing. There's some minutia to it, but that's what we do every day for our clients. And so if you have any questions about the Stowers Doctrine in Texas, feel free to reach out to us and we'd be happy to discuss it with you. Thanks.